Today we're going to be doing an oil change on this 2021 KLX 140 using the Factory Racing Parts oil change kit. Tools that we will be using to do this job are a 17mm wrench for the drain plug and an 8mm socket and ratchet for the oil filter. We have a new drain bolt washer and a new oil filter, and along with 1 quart of our 10W40 fully synthetic factory racing oil and some brake clean to clean up our mess, and then a drain pan. And then, of course, rags are always good to have. Now we're going to take our 17mm wrench and loosen on our drain bolt. And we're going to make sure that we get our drain bolt washer as well. And while that finishes draining, we'll move to the other side and swap out our oil filter. All right, the next step will be to remove our 3 8mm bolts. There is an O-ring under here that we want to make sure we don't disturb or tear. This cavity does hold a good amount of oil, so I like to let it all drain out before I start taking the filter out. New filter goes O-ring side in. Okay, we got the new filter in. We're ready to put our cap on. There is an arrow. You want to make sure that arrow is pointed up. And you want to make sure you have your spring that pushes on the outside of the filter. You're going to want to keep tension on there because that spring is going to want to force that cap back off. You also want to keep tension on there to make sure that O-ring stays seated in the groove. Now that we got our new filter in, cap on, we want to go ahead and clean off all the old oil. And then we'll move on to the other side and replace our drain bolt with the new washer. Okay, we're going to go ahead and replace our drain bolt now. You have the new drain bolt washer on there. And the drain bolt washer does 2 things. It obviously it seals because it is a soft aluminum metal. but it also provides a torque cushion to kind of keep you from over tightening or stripping out your threads. You will feel the washer crush before we tighten the bolt. There we go. So I went ahead and added a full quart of the 10W40 fully synthetic factory racing oil. The spec for this bike is 0.95 quarts with and filter change, so I feel very comfortable putting a full quart in it. So I've already run this bike to let the oil circulate, let the filter soak up some of that oil. So we're going to go ahead and check it. The proper way to check the oil on this bike is to check it with the dipstick screwed all the way in. So we're going to pull the dipstick out. We'll give it a wipe. And then screw it all the way in and check it. And we should see the oil on this dipstick just kissing the bottom of this indent. If you look in the manual, it shows you a diagram, and it shows that this is actually the low mark, this is actually the high mark. So I can actually see our oil is right at the top of that cutout there. So that is good. So there you have it. A oil change on a KLX 140 using a Factory Racing Parts oil change kit.